Happy St Patrick's Day to all my Irish, fellow Irish citizens out there. My granddad was Irish, so yeah. So, as you all know, I've been on a different path and started to meditate and do all these things. And it's funny because I was 50 last week, and I was bought a new book, Manifesting Crystals. My friend also bought me this as a joke because he thought it was funny. There are actually 3 stones in there. There's that one, and that one. So we'll do that at some point. But my collection of crystals. So like, you know, I've got a couple of these. I can't remember all their names. You know, it's just absolutely tons of them. Different crystals, mean different things. You know. So I've got all my crystals out. I've been recharging a lot of them at the good old Heremira diet, whatever it is. Yeah, so I've been recharging them, and I've got a lot of these as well, like that go around my neck for different things. Okay, that one as well. Also one of these. They're like kind of there's like a rainbow effect on them. They're not always actual real crystals, these, but I can't remember what that's called. But yeah, so I've got a collection of different crystals here that are all for different things. And I've always worked with energy. It's like when I pick these up, I can feel the vibration through them. It's really fucking bizarre. It's like almost like it reminds me of Superman. You know, the sticks that were in that, I can't remember what it is that he's allergic to, but the kryptonite, that's it. But those sticks he pulled out of the big cave of white that he, when it's surrounded by this stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to get back into my crystals and what they mean and how they make you feel again, because I've still been observing. And it's funny because I was observing today. I was walking down the street. I was just observing the nature in the street, and across the road, and it must have been there's a guy at the end of the street at number 1 who knows me, and he knows my name. He always says hello when he sees me. Well, I'd seen him down the end of the street. He hadn't seen me. He hadn't even looked round. And I was probably about 150 yards, 200 yards away from him. And he just turned around and went, "All right, Nina," because that's my actual name. My nickname's Izzy. That's what everyone calls me. But my real name is Nina. So he's like, "All right, Nina." And I'm like, how the fuck did he even know I was there? I was just observing. And maybe he picked up on my energy. I don't know. But, I don't know. I feel a lot more peaceful in my head. It's really strange. And I also haven't done anything on this platform. Look. You see that? Shit book. 26 notifications. I hadn't opened it since Monday. I don't care, actually. So, it's really strange because you don't realise how much of the day you spend scrolling. You know, the only thing I go on now is Instagram, really. I will go on Facebook again. I will use the platform again. I just need my mind to be quiet for long enough so when I go back in, it doesn't constantly talk about all the shit it used to talk about and remind me about emotional things that I don't want to be reminded about. Also, don't really want to constantly see news and other media outlets and adverts and all this other stuff. You don't get so much with Instagram. You do get sponsors, but they're not as evasive as Facebook, I don't think, anyway. But one of my subscribers said to me, New World Order, I think his name is, that I should do maybe a vegan fitness video. I've actually got another channel called Izzy the Vegan Fitness Freak. It's got 8 subscribers right now. So if you want to know about I'm not staunch vegan in the sense of like, you know, I'm like pretentious with it. I don't get, you know, if I accidentally eat dairy, oh well. Some vegans, but oh my god, that's just not veganism. Okay, well, call me an egan then, because I eat the occasional egg. Egan, okay, I'm egan. All right, let's associate me as being egan, so I eat the occasional egg. I just choose not to eat animals if I can help it, and not to consume dairy. But I'm not going to cause other people aggravation. There's too much stress and crap in the world to sort of, you know, if I had an allergy, I get it, right? And there's always going to be some people who take it to the next level, but it just causes so much aggravation, you know, like, you know, you say the word vegan and people go, don't want to talk to you. So it's got that kind of stigma to it because of the way, you know, at the end of the day, it's none of my business if someone else wants to eat meat. You know, I might have an opinion on why I don't want to eat meat, and I can express that opinion, but I then shouldn't place that opinion necessarily onto others to make them make it. You know, it's not, you can say, well, it's life, it's this, it's that, and there's arguments all over the place, but, you know, other animals do eat other animals, and, you know, if the human race choose to kill their own animals and eat them, then that's entirely up to them, and if they can live with that, that's entirely up to them. I can't do it until the day I can actually do it. I'm not going to eat it. The other thing is I never really like the taste of it that much, to be honest. Never really big on meat. Not really. Don't think I've ever think. I think the only thing I did miss was bacon. And about 3 years ago, I had a slice at Christmas and a bit of black pudding just to remind myself. And I was like, actually, don't miss that. Don't miss it at all. I think it might be the smell of bacon cooking that you miss, you know? I don't know, but don't miss it at all. I don't overly... I used to love the cheese and onion sandwich. Don't overly miss that either. Yeah, and dairy has an instant inflammation effect on me. I find that, you know, the darker skin on me, like, becomes more inflamed, and it almost like, I've almost got a reaction like eczema on my skin. And so, you know, there's all different reasons as to why people do things, but we can't constantly dictate to others what they want to do. It's their path. We can observe stuff and then act upon it on our own and have an opinion on it. But yeah, I think, unfortunately, veganism has got quite staunch, and a lot of people don't want the aggravation, so they avoid it. Also, the response you get is people automatically feel as if they've you're saying I'm harming animals. It's almost like you're insult. Yeah, you make them feel shit about themselves, and it's like a knee-jerk reaction. It's like when people come into work and they show me the red card and I go, have you got any identification? No. Where does it say I need identification? Because they feel stupid. Or this is today's, the postman hasn't finished work yet. They feel stupid, so then they instantly take it out on you. And I think there's a little bit of that with certain isms that goes on. So I try not to be pretentious about that and cause people aggravation. But as I say, my fitness channel is not just solely for vegans, it's for anyone. Because there's so many influencers out there who you know, whether they're on steroids or HRT or on some kind of, you know, it's entirely up to them. Do what you want, but, you know, it's unrealistic. Some of the figures and the bodies out there that you see, it's just unrealistic. It's like, you know, I'm 50 years old, I've grown muscle, I've lost fat, I've got half a six-pack. The other part of the six-pack I might get one day, but it takes time. Muscle takes years to grow. You can't just like, oh, look at me, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, you know, my biceps and triceps and the muscles that I've got now, I've always lifted weights, but never really done it seriously. So I've always had reasonable arms, but I never had shoulders. I never had proper sort of like this cut round here and like, you know, all the other veins that are everywhere and whatever else. But it took years. I've been going to the gym like 4.5 years properly. And I mean consistently 3 times a week for the first 2 years, all body. And then I changed it to upper lower, as in such, 4 times a week. I walk at least 15,000 steps every day. I eat anywhere between 2,200 and 2,800 calories, depending on what day it is. And I've been the same weight for a year, but I'm still changing shape. So it tells me I'm losing fat and gaining muscle and shaping my body up, because it's changed in its shape and its size. Sorry, the boiler's just picked, my heating's just come on. So people struggle with weight and eating and body and whatever else, and there's this, the media expect you to look a certain way and be a certain way and act a certain way and all blah, 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 blah. You know, at the end of the day, all I promote is being healthy. So if you're carrying too much weight over your ideal weight, so the ideal weight is not necessarily what that book says, you know, your BMI and all that, it's not worth looking at that. If you're you know, if you're carrying too much weight, you know you're carrying too much weight, and there could be reasons why you're doing that. It could be because you eat too much, it could be because you don't move enough and you eat too much, it could be because you've got an underlying health condition, it could be because you were born with a thyroid doesn't work, it could be because you're diabetic and you haven't adjusted. There's loads of reasons as to why, and if it's affecting your health or affecting you as a person, then you need to change it. And I decided that I was borderline diabetic. Laura got cancer back in 2015. I had 3 years of looking after her, and I drank quite a bit around that, but not stupidly, but I was drinking more than I normally would. And then I kind of had 2 or 3 years of just adjusting my head back round. And one of my friends went to the gym and said, oh, I find it easier to go to the gym than doing it at home. And I was like, well, I've always done it at home, and I must admit I don't do it every week. Some weeks I do it 3 times, some weeks I miss it for 2 weeks, then I do it. So of course I started paying for a gym membership, and me being me, I was like, I am not going to the gym if I'm paying for a gym membership. And it forced me to be consistent, and I've never been that consistent with anything in my freaking life. And it's consistency. As long as you can get the consistency every day, not eat more, and just I find the gym and weight and all that crap easy, and I find it quite difficult to understand why people don't understand calories in, calories out. So what you eat plus what you burn is what you can. So if you eat 3,000 calories a day and you burn 3,500 calories a day, you're going to lose weight. If you eat 3,000 calories a day but only burn 2,500 calories a day, then 500 calories over time, you're going to put weight on. So either move more or don't eat as much. And I struggle with that, and I understand why people don't quite get that. But all these influencers on the internet are like all kind of, it's unrealistic. You know, a lot of them are professional bodybuilders, and to me, right, it's all right if you want to be a professional bodybuilder and you want to enter competitions. Each to their own. But for me, it's like, I don't understand unnatural bodybuilding. I don't get it myself, because surely the competition is what you can get to naturally without assistance. Anyone can take assistance and change their body. It's like, I find I struggle with that, but that's just me. Anyway, so I'm going to play with crystals a lot more. I'm going to start meditating a lot more, and I'm going to be doing my fitness thing a lot more. So I just thought I'd update everyone on that. So, you know, if you want to talk about crystals, or you want to talk about fitness, or you want to talk about the world as it is, then any other videos you'd like me to do, because I haven't been vlogging anywhere near like I used to, because I don't watch the news anymore. I don't partake in that drama out there. So I've got nothing to really talk about, and sometimes I just think it's all a load of fear that people don't need to hear. I don't want to be the one spreading it when people like, you know, Russell Brand and Katie Hopkins are getting the message out, and they've got a platform. You know, I've got, I think, 2,200 subscribers or something ridiculous like that, which isn't a silly, like a small amount, but it isn't millions, is it? So, you know, so yeah, peace, love and light. Hope you're doing well, and yeah, see you on the other side. Where's the stop button?